Okay, man. Let's listen to some music. I think one of my favorite tracks from you is Living for Tonight. This was released November 19th, 2021 on Connected. When I first started reacting to music, listening to music on video, this was a track that, one of the first ones I think that I did. And, I think a lot about this track is, of course, the vocal from SANDHAUS.
Hmm.
And as I said, man, the groove and the melody, I think those are two things that your productions always have. Always have. Before I press play, can you give us a bit of a background and story into this track?
Yeah, yeah. It's a short story.
Cool.
Sometimes a track. Um, you go into the studio and to be honest, I don't have an idea in my head. I just started to play, and I started with that synthesizer, the main synthesizer, and I just began to touch the chords with the rhythm. From that on, I had I picked a really cool bass line. It comes in later after the intro, and I remember that I played the bass line in one time. It was only one take. Um, and also advice to some producers: if you have one take that's really good, don't shave it. That's the origin, That's from the heart, and that was the same with Living for Tonight. The bass line, it was one take. I just played what I feel at that moment. So yeah, that's how it started. I added some percussion, a really nice fill, the clack clack, uh, at the last time of the four beats, um, and I really started to sending it to SANDHAUS soon, and I remember that he was really excited for this beat and he loved it. And the first thing he wrote was in French, in the French language.
Okay.
It was super nice. It was really nice. But we choose to go into the English
Yep.
version, um, and he recorded the lyrics in a day later. He sent it to me, and I said to him, "Okay, this is really nice. We really were connected with the same vibe we had in our head, and from that on, I immediately started to finish the track, and it was really fast done. I remember, yeah,
I love this track, man. Let's get into it.
yeah,
Okay, so talk us through that first minute, the groove, the different layers of this intro, and what, as a producer, as a listener, what do you connect to most in this first phase of the track?
yeah. I I started with the kick, but I also topped it with a top kick, a really clear, a more high end sound, um, because that was I thought it was really fitting good with that synth, that short synth with the rhythm, and um, I focused on to be as clear as possible, so not to have many instruments together, but just a really right vibe, um, with a bit of tension, so you know, okay, there's something coming. Um, so that's how I started, and yeah, for me, what I said before, the fill, the clack clack sound is really important to have that power in it.
Yeah, it's definitely powerful, and yeah, that is something that I caught as I was listening just now. How powerful the drums, the kicks, that clack clack that you just mentioned, everything is powerful and gripping. And I also loved how you mentioned the tension in that synth. Right, you can hear the automation. So yeah, great work, man. Let's keep going.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Crazy, man, crazy. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I didn't want to stop it because, it was taking form. It was evolving. A lot was happening. Yeah, I think the vocal, as you said. Well, number one, I'm impressed by the singer. Is he
Yeah.
French or is he English?
No, he's from Israel.
Oh wow,
SANDHAUS. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
crazy. Because yeah, the lyrics, meaningful lyrics, but I think the sound that you've added to support the vocal as well is almost just as good. It's almost, it complements the vocal so well. But yeah, talk to us about the bass line, talk to us about the atmosphere that you add and everything else.
Yeah, so I agree, man. The folk was amazing. I really loved working with SANDHAUS. Maybe we'll work in the future together sometime.
Yeah, hopefully,
again.
man. I think you guys should. I think you should.
I think we will do. Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, what I said, the bass line, it was one take. It was just that vibe. Before the drop, I added some. I added a pad with a really a big reverb on it. It's like a really organic instrument, and I did something with the pitch. So I played notes, and I was really pitching it like. So
Yeah.
it gave a really good vibe with the reverb for the atmosphere. The lyrics were really deep. So in my mind, I had the basic of the track, like the drums and the groove, but I have to take it to another level in deepness, and that's what I tried with the reverb and the synths. Also the drop. Before the drop, we had the vocal, but I asked SANDHAUS to add some backing vocals, and I also did really big reverb on the backing vocals to make it really deep and big. And we choose, because it's our track, to have the drop really fallen in silence. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Really, everything comes together, and then it's not a really big drop, but it's just that. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we
It's
are on the
smooth.
dance floor, and you just have to feel it, So yeah, that's what we did. Yeah, and I'm really glad you love it, because I'm a big fan of your content. So I love it when you love my music, when you love
Oh
our
man.
music. So yeah,
Yeah, this track, I think I'm gonna mix. I think either tonight or tomorrow for my podcast. I'm definitely gonna drop this track in there, because listening to it again today, it's
nice.
inspiring
Yeah,
me. And I'm gonna ask you one more question before we finish the track. So,
yeah.
when would you play this track in a DJ set? Do you play it in the middle, beginning, at the end? When do you play this track? When would you play this track?
You ask good questions. It depends on the set. Um, I I I mostly play two sets, or more Afro House, or a little bit more house side with
Yes.
African percussion. Um, in the Afro House set, it could be more in the beginning to embrace the vibe, and to work from that process to more danceable tracks. But it could also be like almost the closing track. And I know that Sin City.
Yes.
Yeah, she did this many times, and
Shout out to her.
shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her.
I love her vibe. She's amazing.
She's awesome.
Yeah, but she did it in England before Black Coffee shows up. She ended with this track.
She
So
did.
yeah,
Oh wow.
she did. Yeah. She was with Tema and then Black Coffee. So it can. I think it's for both sets an option. Yeah, yeah. But the DJ has to feel it in his set, his of her set. So yeah,
Yeah. It's powerful, but at the same time, it's quite emotional, sentimental. But
yeah,
those kicks and that entire drum pack, it's powerful. It's
Yeah,
gripping.
and if you're a DJ, you know, when you don't arrange the set before, so when you try to connect to the public, then you feel if you can play this track. And I think if the public is feeling this vibe at that moment, the connection is really amazing. And I saw it in the videos, and I also played it for big audience, and yeah, it's really nice. Yeah,
It's a great story, right? It's a great story. It works for that platform, right? It works for that specific situation. You know, it's kind of a nightclub story, right? Living for Tonight. I think it sets the scene perfectly for that scene. So yeah, man, great job. Okay, let's finish the track.
Thanks,
I
man.
think we have 2 minutes left. Cool.
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
forget to thank Nick and Rob from Connected for releasing this, because it's
Shout out to them.
yeah, man, yeah, they are
Stereo
amazing
MCs.
also. Yeah, amazing guys.
Shout out to those guys, man. Sorry, man, I've got to ask you. You know that da da da. You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
Yeah. How did you come up with that? Because I like how that sets up the drop, right?
Yeah,
It's a beautiful sound. Beautiful sound.
yeah. Just trying to experiment with sounds and try effects and try to fit the right sound into this track. So yeah, that's how I work. Yeah,
I love it.
I can't name the sound because I design it
You did
from
it yourself. Yeah.
a
No, I
sound.
just wanted to ask.
From a sound. Yeah.
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 Just
Yeah.
cool.